Okay, as promised, I'm doing a tutorial for sewing two panels together using the whip stitch. I already did one with a tutorial showing how to use the mattress stitch. So here's the whip stitch. Same as before, I'm still working on the Amok 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 pattern. This is the black flame candle panel, and I'm going to sew it to the Thackeray Binks panel. So, sorry, I have a 3-year-old in here with me. Go. So whenever I'm crocheting, I like to leave a long tail so that I have a thread to work with. I like to leave it about twice as long as what the area is that I'm working with, just to make sure that I have enough. But I take the ends and I thread the needle with it. And then set it to the side for a second. And then I take my second panel and I have the two sides facing each other so that the seam is to the back side, because I'll be honest, the seams are not always the prettiest. But anyways, I put them together. Go, Jack. Put them together, and then we're gonna start sewing. So I like to line the corners up. As far as simplicity goes, this is probably the easiest way to sew panels together. Like I stated in previous videos, it's just a matter of preference. One's just as pretty as the other. One works just as good as the other. I'm a creature of habit, and I do one over the other just because that's what I was taught to do. Anyway, so they're put together. These two panels are the same length, so they have the same amount of stitches, same amount of rows, so they should line up fairly well, but my tension's not always the same on one panel as what it is the other. It just depends on whether I'm tired when I'm working on it or not, so I might have to stretch it a little bit, squish it a little bit to get them to line up perfectly. If that's the case, no big deal, do what you need to do. This stitch will work whether you're working on the sides or the top, or if you're sewing the bottom together. Looks the same no matter what and gives a clean finish towards the front. So anyways, to get started, line them up at the corner, insert your needle on the opposite side, and then come through. Pull it all the way out, and then you're just gonna go over to the side you started with and repeat it. And then make sure that this loop comes towards the top, or else it'll get caught over here on this side. This is pretty simple. It's probably the fastest way to sew panels together, just because you don't have to do all the crisscrossing that you have to do with a mattress stitch. So if you have a project that you need to get finished in a hurry, this is probably your go-to. It's your girl in a fix. Just keep going down all the way till the end, and then when you reach the end, you just tie it off, and then sew the tails into your stitches and snip it off, and there you go. And then I'll show you here. This is what it looks like on the opposite side. You can kind of see the stitches on the other side, which is why I prefer the mattress stitch. And I'll show you what those look like. So the mattress stitch, it's not very pretty on that side, but on the inside, I think it looks better.